And our corn patch has been beat up by the weather a lot. You can see that one's just sheared right off. And the wind has beat these things to pieces. It's a long time for, we got a couple more weeks before these are ready. You see these silks are turning? Well, I pulled this one back, and the reason these silks are turning is, watch. They're no longer attached because you get that cornworm, it gets into the silks early on and goes in here, and you can feel in here that he's eaten that much. And I pulled this back ever so gingerly and actually wrapped a leaf around it to hold it back together. But see, that would mean it's time to pick it, except the cornworm got in there and the caterpillar is eating all the silks off, so that's why it turned black. So this is still another probably 10 days, because it shouldn't do that. When this first turned black, it was 19 days before you would first pick them, and that's way too early. So we're going to have to punch the kernels with their fingernail, and when they turn a milky, sort of like skim milk, maybe a little thicker than skim milk cream, will pop out on your nail, and that's when it's perfect to pick. But we've got at various stages in here, so we'll get some corn off of it, but we're going to have to be instead of just picking them all when the silks turn black, we're going to have to check each ear before we pull it. We aren't getting the beans that we should get off of this, because as healthy as these beans are, we should be picking bags and bags and bags, and we're not. And we knew something was up early on when they grow so prolifically, and we've got a fair amount of flowers on it, which would make you have a lot of beans, but there's no pollinators at all in the yard. None. Zero. There's nothing flying in this garden to pollinate all these flowers. You can see the bean beetle damage. But these things should be loaded with beans, and it's just a lot of foliage. Well, I took this little fold-up seat that we use all the time and my clippers, and I went down through there and pulled what would pull apart and snipped in half what wouldn't. That means I would kill some growing from one side to the other, but at least we'll get a little more air circulation in there, and maybe a few insects will get in there and hit these flowers so we can get a few beans off of them before it freezes in about 5 weeks.